A1's first attempt is unsuccessful. The missed shot is rebounded by A, B1 with the other players motionless in anticipation of another throw, and then B, A2 with all other players motionless in anticipation of another throw, or C, B2 with several players from both teams attempting to secure the rebound. The official recognized the error at this point. By rule, in A and B, the official error clearly puts one team at disadvantage. Players stood motionlessly and did not attempt to rebound. Play should be whistled dead immediately. Resume play with alternating possession procedures. In C, both teams made an attempt to rebound despite the official's error and had equal opportunity to gain possession of the rebound. Play should continue. Reference Rule 2.2-3.
Exactly. The rule or the breakdown of the case play, does it give us the result after the player scores?
Negative.
Okay. So going back to Rule 2.3, which in reality is elastic power, which means the officials have the ability to rule on plays that are not specifically covered to the best of our abilities, correct? Okay. Which tells us that we should do
Common sense. The right thing.
Okay.
The right thing is the players were at a disadvantage due to the referee's error. It was the referee's error that caused the player to stand still and not go after the rebound after being told to. So therefore, the referee should step in and correct it. Wiping away the basket and go to alternate possession.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Only A2 tried to do the rebound. No one else moved.
No one else moved. Wendell.
Section 10 of the correctable errors, Article 5. Points scored, consumed time, and additional activity which may occur prior to the recognition of an error shall not be nullified.
This clock starts. Clock didn't start.
Clock's not an issue.
Regardless of that, it just says it shall not be, consumed time and additional activity which may occur prior to the recognition of an error shall not be nullified. Errors because the free throw attempts at the wrong player or at the wrong basket shall be corrected by applying A1 and 2. In other words, that goes back to say if it is a correctable error, and we are under that. But as of right now, we're not in the actual A through E correctable errors.
Wow.
That's correct.
I'm still looking for consensus, people.
We're not in a correctable error situation.
So do we allow the bucket or do we waive it off?
I'm waving it off.
Wow. So I guess if we're all on the floor and we're all just sitting around looking at each other trying to decide what we're going to do, right?
Waving off the basket. We're right here. We're waving off the basket. We're going to alternate possession. We're going to go on with the game. Both coaches are happy.
Yeah, because you put the one team at disadvantage and let them.
The one that scored not going to be happy at all.
Except for the team that scored.
But even then, they're kind of like, boom.
I got a question. I have a question then.
All right, bring it up.
What happens when we give the wrong team the ball? If we give the wrong team the ball, that's our mistake. Do we go back and say, possession arrow or redo? Just because it's our mistake, we got to keep playing.
There it
Regardless
is.
of what happens. So if we get teammate the ball wrong, teammates gonna keep playing. We can't come back and get the ball on team B. So in this situation, it's still our mistake, and they scored off of our mistake. Just like our mistake, we give the ball to team A. They gonna keep playing. They're not gonna stop. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna count the basket.
Yep.
I'm counting the basket because even though it's my mistake, hey, we live and we die with our mistakes. And so they played off a 1-and-1, just like they thought it was, or that one player thought it was. And so they knew it was 1-and-1, scored off of it. Sorry, coach, I apologize. You probably get a technical foul. Okay, that's fine. That's just mine. That's just me.
Right.
With the elastic power 2.3,
Yes.
like when elastic power 2.3 comes to play, it comes to common sense. To me, common sense is you scored, let's go play.
Right. Right, because regardless of the information that we gave to the players, there is one player on the floor who knew the situation we were in. One player out of 10. And he acted correctly. Even though we made the error, which Brian is correct, it was an official's error. It's not corrective error, it's an official's error. But the play that A2 performed was legal, correct? Did A2 do anything that was illegal? Okay, so we cannot penalize him for behaving correctly. Yes, we put the other team at a disadvantage by relaying inaccurate information. But that is something that we are going to have to address and live with and explain to the best of our ability. Okay? Everybody concur? Anybody disagree?
You may get the game taken away from you, but it's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. Any questions? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, peoples. Appreciate you. No, it's actually it's not Brian's fault. It's an official's error, but it's not. It's actually it's a crew mistake. Two things. Number one, as a crew, how can we prevent that? Well, one at a time. Brian. Communication. Communication is crucial. Communication is necessary. How will we communicate? Eye contact. Okay, communicate at the table.
Trail signaling the amount of shots that we'll be taking.
Okay.
And a barrier.
Okay. All, say it again. As a crew, every time we shoot free throws, all three of us, both verbally and non-verbally, communicate the number of free throws that we are shooting. Exactly. So we should be communicating that even before we even get to that foul, correct? So that we're prepared for it. All right. Let's say, okay, obviously we had a breakdown in communication, that didn't happen. What is the first thing we're going to ask each other when we come together to have this discussion? A2, Christian rebound scores. Josh blows it dead. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, something's wrong. What's the first question we're going to ask as a crew when we come together? Was it corrected? Is it a correctable error? We ask ourselves, is it a correctable error? Then we decide yes or no. If it is, we know what our parameters are, and we figure it out. If it's not, we know we don't have those same restrictions, and we go back to 2.3, correct? Okay. All right, now that being said, we know that the correct way of handling that, regardless, whatever decision we make as a crew, we're going to have to live with it, but I think the most important element in that entire scenario is that, yes, we're going to handle it to the best of our ability as a crew. We know that we're going to get a phone call after the ball game, that's a given. But the important thing is once we're done, once we've administered, once we've communicated with coaches, players, table, we got everything taken care of to the best of our abilities, all the knowledge that we have, all the information that we have, we move forward, correct? We don't stay stuck at that one point in the game, worried about what the outcome is going to be, potentially, because we just screwed up. Because what does that do? It sets the stage for us to screw up again. Because we're stuck at a spot where we made a mistake as a crew. It's going to happen. It's happened to all of us. The bottom line is handle it to the best of your ability and move forward. We can discuss it after the ball game. Yes, ma'am.
So clarify with me again how I defend that, handling it that way in the book. Tell me how I defend that with the coach in the book.
2.3.
2.3.
Yeah. Somebody read it again.
Just want to make sure.
The referee shall make decisions on any points not specifically covered in the.
Okay. And how will we communicate that to a coach? One at a time, please. Probably the first thing out of your mouth is, Coach, we apologize. We made a mistake. Okay? We are allowing the bucket because this play is not specifically covered in the rules. So we're making a decision based on the best of our abilities.
So why you counting the pass? Why you counting the pass?
Because that player actually played the play correctly.
There's 0.5 seconds on the clock, game is tied. That free throw, that kid going to the free throw would either tie the game or win no time.
Justin, put the ball in play. There you go. And the bottom line is we will address it, we will answer it, but we will not get into a debate. Okay? We will answer to the best of our ability, but it's not going to be an extended debate on one specific situation. Okay? All right. Yes, sir.
So, I know you said 2.3, but what, 210 in Article 5, is that not going to be applied by Coach by rule? I cannot nullify a basket. That all for official mistake. I mean, does that fall under, this is just my question.
Mm-hmm.
Does that fall under 2.3? Is that like a...
It's a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be a little careful because it doesn't always apply. Like I said, if it is a correctable error, and it's official's error, and it's a correctable error, see, that's a totally different situation. And we wouldn't want to verbalize something that isn't always true.
That's more talking about if we're running free throw and continues play.
Right.
Make button on the other end, and we know this is
Right.
still on that correct period, but we're not going to take away that 2 points.
Exactly. And that would be a correctable error, which is specifically covered in the rule book. This situation is not specifically covered, and that's when we would use 2.3. All right. Any other questions?
So each official might handle it differently. One may say AP, one may say count the basket, and they both would be correct.
The referee has a final decision in that.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yes, it would be. The key is how we're going to communicate that to the coach and rectify that situation to the best of our abilities.
Either way, you're going to have problems.
So to give the ball to them out of bounds
Either one of them, you're going to have problems.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to be mad.
Right. And I would do everything within my power to not allow that to happen. I would communicate with him because I'm expecting him to start walking toward me, so I'm going to start going to him. Try to keep him in his box. Walk him back to his box. Hold a conversation. Explain it to him the best of my ability. Use all my people skills because we just screwed up. If none of that works and he continues and he feels he's justified in just getting irate, okay, coach, I'm walking away from you. I'm letting him chew on me. He's still chewing on me as I'm walking away. He's still chewing on me. Okay, I understand. I get to the side of the floor, turn around. Oh, he's on the floor. Okay. All right, we have to take care of it.
Different
But
issue.
we want to give him plenty of latitude and leeway because we just screwed up. Okay. We don't want to run over there, have a conversation, stand in front of him. He disagreed with us, and we whack him. Okay. Let's try not to do that. So we have to give more latitude in certain situations because I think that applies to 2.32. All right? Everyone good with that? Anyone disagree? Come on, you guys are easy. All right, listen everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. We will reschedule the conversations with both commissioners so we can get that information out to everyone. You can ask your questions. Sarge. Hey, Sarge.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Stover.
Bill Stover in the house.